Now, the other trending story, the growing spotlight hanging over Missouri Congresswoman Cori Bush as she continues to campaign to defund the police. New analysis of election reports finds her spending nearly $70,000 on private security. As this story is catching on nationally, she's responding.
We're also talking about the same exact people who say horrible things about me, who lie to build up their base. And then because they lie about me, I receive death threats. Now, they don't address the fact that I receive death threats after they go on air and say horrible things about me. But then they want to say, oh, but she needs private security. I have private security because my body is worth being on this planet right now.
That's the Congresswoman's side, but those she represents, how do they feel about this? News 4's Emma Hogue taking that question to the constituents tonight. Emma, how do they feel about her message versus her spending?
Well, Sam, Bush represents all of St. Louis City and just a portion of St. Louis County. And some people living in those areas really feel like she's holding a double standard here. But others believe as an elected official, she deserves to feel protected regardless of her views toward police departments.
None of this is going to happen overnight, and I think that, this is something that is going to take some time in order to figure out what the optimal, end result is that's going to work for everybody.
As a longtime supporter of Cori Bush, Kate Farley sides with the Congresswoman's views of defunding the police departments and redirecting funding to communities. Farley says safety is important, but doesn't believe more police departments are the answer.
I think that it's also important to simultaneously try to figure out alternative ways to have safe communities that we all, the safe communities that we all want, without necessarily continuing with the institution of the police.
I can fill out an application and be a police officer. Does that mean I'm all of a sudden a bad guy that needs to be defunded and don't need a car that protects me? I don't need anything.
Ron McCon is strongly against the defunding of police departments. He says it's a solution that puts citizens in danger and gives criminals freedom they don't deserve.
Absolutely, I think it's dangerous. But if I was a criminal, I would love the police department to be defunded. But being I'm not a criminal, of course it's dangerous.
Tonight, Representative Bush is getting backlash for her calls to defund the police department after reports found she spent thousands on personal security paid through campaign funds since she took office in January. Bush went on to say police officers threatened her life, but wouldn't say how or where those officers were from.
They would rather I die. You would rather me die? Is that what you want to see?
It's more than a double standard. It's not only a double standard. The double standard is like we're just sitting here talking and, you're saying, hey, that's hypocritical. But, this is coming from a leader who's projecting an image.
As crime rises nationwide, McCon wants better from our leaders. But others, like Farley, have full faith in this elected official she voted for.
Whatever it takes for her to be safe and, she shouldn't be getting these death threats and, whatever it takes for her to, have that, personal sense of safety.
So we did reach out to Bush's office today asking for an interview or at least clarification on those statements and threats she said police made. But Sam, tonight we are still waiting for a response.
Count on News 4, of course, Emma, to bring that when we do get those responses. Thank you. The White House making it clear tonight defunding the police is not a Democratic message. The president's press secretary called out Congresswoman Bush over this viral story.
I will say that the president has been crystal clear that he opposes defunding the police. There may be some in the Democratic Party, including Congresswoman Bush, who disagree with him. That's okay. But I would say the majority of Democrats, we've seen this in polling, and the majority of members also agree that we should not defund the police.
Psaki didn't comment on Bush's private security, but she says it's, quote, disturbing an elected official is facing death threats in the first place. We also have reaction from Attorney General Eric Schmitt on this story tonight. If you want to watch that, you can open this story on your KMOV News app right now.